Now we're going to watch a video from TJ's favorite guy.
Hannity.
Hannity. He does have some epic hair.
TJ faps to Sean Hannity's hair.
Oh, yeah.
Just his hair, though, not the rest. He's like, oh. He pretty much just has to, like, block out the rest.
Democratic Congressman Polis of Colorado, one of the first states to legalize marijuana, extended a special invitation to President Obama and Senator Harry Reid. In the letter, he said, quote, I'm writing to you to thank you both for your recent comments regarding your shifting positions on the regulation and legalization of marijuana. I'd like to extend an invitation to both of you to visit Colorado and join me to visit a legal dispensary and growth operation. I'm confident that when you see Colorado's work to implement the law, well, we can begin to make similar efforts on a federal level. Joining me now to explain and defend his pro-pop position, the man himself, Democratic Congressman Polis. Do you smoke pot, Congressman? Do you?
No, I never have, no.
Recreationally, you think it's good for people to smoke? You don't have a problem with it?
Oh, well, it's obviously unhealthy, a lot like alcohol or cigarettes. As the president said, it's a vice. It's a question of how we deal with that vice. Do you put people in jail or fine them over it, or do you try to deal with it as a health and education issue?
All right, but
can we pause it for a second? I want to point out the irony that Sean Hannity, who fancies himself a conservative, is really making the state control argument, whereas this Democrat, who is supposedly this liberal socialist, is making the conservative argument.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what the fuck is going on?
Or what they would espouse to be.
Everything is just topsy-turvy in our politics.
It's the more libertarian argument, but it's being made by the Democrat, the guy with the D next to his name.
Yes. All right. Well, go ahead.
Difference between decriminalizing it and then making it legal as we have in your state, isn't it?
Well, you know, decriminalization is a gateway to legalization, but frankly, whether it's a civil fine, as many towns in our state of Colorado, many cities have fines for it. It's just a civil penalty. Other towns allow it. I think it's an appropriate discussion at the municipal level, at the county level. I think the federal government ought to get out of it. We got to remove the federal ban.
You know, when Congressman Patrick Kennedy, I'm not particularly too fond, you may know, of his political views. When he had some issues, I defended him on this program, hoped that he would go out and get help. He said these things. He knows more about drugs than I do, so maybe you should hear it from him, and I want you to respond to this.
I think the president needs to speak to
it's this guy
his
again.
NIH.
Yeah.
Why does it? This guy, I mean, I hate to say this, but like, what is his developmental challenge that he's got going on?
I don't know. It says he's a representative from Rhode Island. He's a congressman from Rhode Island.
So was it just like a Make-A-Wish thing, or
It was a Make-A-Wish Foundation intervened in politics on his behalf.
I just want to be a congressman?
Yeah, his name's Patrick Kennedy. I wonder if he is.
It's like, oh, you're from Rhode Island. No one gives a shit what your state does, anyways.
Go ahead.
Director in charge of drug abuse, Nora Volkow, because the NIDA director, Nora Volkow, would tell the president that, in fact, today's modern genetically modified marijuana, so it's much higher THC levels, far surpass the...
It's GMO marijuana.
That's awesome.
Marijuana the president acknowledges smoking when he was a young person, so that he is wrong when he says that it isn't very harmful, because the new marijuana is not the old marijuana. And of course the president is making this decision based upon his anecdotal experience. We need to have presidential decisions made based upon public health and the sound science that the federal government is invested in.
You know, it's kind of funny because just last night we were talking shit. Like, I was talking shit about how Obama was against the legalization of Pan, but apparently recently he shifted his position because Fox News has been talking about it in most of their videos that I found on the subject. So
yeah, well, I think Obama saw the writing on the wall and just decided, like, you know, if you want, I mean, like, it's like if they say, if you want to lead the people, follow them.
Dude, it's the emperor's new clothes. Once you say something, it's a lot easier for everyone else to jump on board. It's like 2 states legalize it, more states are looking to legalize it. It's easy for Obama to just be ahead of the issue and be like, yeah, I'm in favor of it.
And plus, all these states that are looking at Colorado right now are like, Jesus Christ, they're making so much fucking money.
yeah.
Dude, I was even seeing conservatives in Louisiana, like, online arguing about in favor of legalizing marijuana. So
Wow.
I mean,
That's the good thing about America. If you can give them a profit motive, something will get done.
it's so true.
Now, he's making his case. He's struggled with substance abuse. Many other people that I know and have met in my life that have struggled with substance abuse start with marijuana and move on to harder drugs. There are competing, studies about it. How do you respond to that? If its availability now is going to be all over your state?
Patrick Kennedy's a friend of mine. I don't know why he's trying to speak for the NIH director there. There's some truth in what he says. When it's in the black market, you don't know what's in it. Just as when alcohol was illegal in the 1920s, moonshine killed people because it was tainted. There's no question that on the illegal black market, they're selling all sorts of things that are laced with marijuana. Who knows what it is? In a regulated marketplace like we have with alcohol today, the product can be a lot safer. And is marijuana dangerous? Absolutely. The dangers are comparable to alcohol, which is fully legal in this country.
I'm not sure if I agree with the dangers, because when you smoke pot, you get high. Do you drink beer? I drink beer.
I have drank beer, yes.
All right, so if you drink, I can drink a beer or two, and I don't really feel anything, right? But you can't smoke a joint and not feel something.
Look, I represent a district.
Okay, like there's other ways to take marijuana other than like a joint. It's
He's using the same argument that Ann Coulter used in that one.
I just don't they seem to not understand the concept of the autonomy of human beings. It's just like they have this weird argument that's reliant upon this preconceived notion of if marijuana is legal, then everyone will be high at all times with no discretion whatsoever.
The only time they believe in autonomy for human beings is when it comes to money. You should be able to do whatever you want with all the money that you can get your hands on.
But only if you already have a lot of money.
Yeah.
Okay, the Republicans say they're about small government, but yet they want to completely control like all these substances and regulate that. We need to regulate marijuana use, but you can't regulate like the banking industry or any other industry.
They don't even want to regulate it. They just want to make it illegal and allow the black market to flourish.
Well, basically they're regulating into prohibition, is what I'm saying. Like they're trying to create regulations against these things.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
District that has a couple colleges, Colorado State University, University of Colorado Boulder.
Yeah.
Every year, tragically, kids die from alcohol overdose. 1, 2, 3 years.
But you didn't answer my question. I said you can drink a beer. You didn't answer my question. I said you can drink a beer and you can not get high. If you smoke pot, you will get high. Look,
I love how no one on these shows has actually smoked pot according to them. No one is like an open like I smoke pot and I'm going to actually answer your questions about it like someone who actually has experience.
The one guy that was on okay, this person needs to be banned. The one guy that was on Stephen Colbert said he ate it.
I don't smoke it, but I eat it.
I don't smoke it, but I do eat it. That's what he said.
You can use anything in moderation or anything in excess. Now you're talking about how much they use it.
If you smoke any marijuana, you're going to get high. You can drink a beer and not feel, with dinner or have a glass of wine with dinner and you're not going to feel anything.
So the question is, what do you want? Do you want to police arrest people for it, or do you want to deal with it through an honest dialogue and discussion?
I didn't say that. I'm not making the case for that. But I think recreational legalization is going to open a door, and I do believe, conflicting studies for sure, that it is a gateway drug. Let me play for you something from the president, his audiobook, Dreams from My Father, and get your reaction to this.
I spent the last 2 years of high school in a daze, locking away the questions that life seemed insistent on posing. I kept playing basketball, attended classes sparingly, drank beer heavily, and tried drugs enthusiastically. I discovered that it didn't make any difference whether you smoked reefer in the white classmate's sparkling new van, or in the dorm room with some brother you'd met down at the gym, or on the beach with a couple of Hawaiian kids who had dropped out of school and now spent most of their time looking for an excuse to brawl.
Here's the question. With the new availability that you're supporting, that probably will be the life of a lot of kids, what Barack Obama's saying there.
Pause. It was the life of fucking a kid then. Barack Obama. You think his experience was unique?
And he was able to be successful in life.
Yeah, I mean, like, not a very good example. Like, what if all these kids are like the president, the most successful person in the entire United States of America?
Yeah, well, he was successful even before that, too. He could have just stayed a senator and laid low, but...
And probably would have, probably could have done it for, like, forever, too.
Yeah.
Because you could just be a senator endlessly.
Yeah. Senator, congressperson, there's no term limits. So... Yeah, so we'll get to the end of Hannity here, and then there's some other ones we can listen to.
I wish we were getting to the literal end of Hannity.
Is that a problem? Is that a problem for you?
Part of the reason that Colorado voters and myself support moving this direction is to keep marijuana out of the hands of kids. The corner drug dealer that Barack Obama bought from 30 years ago, that drug dealer didn't care if he was 15 years old.
He also admitted he snorted cocaine.
That's the point I made earlier.
In this book, but
that's why he had to make sure it sounded ridiculous before he could even get it out.
Yeah, he's like, hold on.
Hold on, no, whoa, don't make that point. Don't make that point. Hold on, no.
It's not legally, when you put the legal name upon this, are you not saying it's safe? Even though you're saying it's unsafe, there's a certain implied impression.
Okay, so what animal died on his head? I'm staring at him, I'm trying to figure out what. The thing is a living organism.
Yeah.
I swear I've seen it like wink.
Yeah, it is some epic hair.
Hannity just doesn't really make any sense. Like, if it's legal, you're saying it's safe. It's like, well, we all know drinking alcohol in excess is not safe and it's not good for you. But
correct.
It's still legal. Smoking cigarettes every day over a long term leads to a number of like horrible diseases.
Yes.
It's still legal. So I mean, why isn't Sean Hannity making the case to ban cigarettes and alcohol as well? And why isn't he at the same time making the case to ban guns? He's so worried about safety.
You're right.
I mean, this argument makes no sense.
Everyone, he should also be arguing that everyone has to wear a crash helmet while they drive too, because most deaths in car accidents are from head injuries. You know.
Oh, of course.
He should be.
No. Well, look. The metal contraption that fires the high velocity projectiles that are capable of killing people. That's not the problem. That's not dangerous. What's really dangerous is this plant that makes people a little absent-minded.
Yeah.
For a little while.